taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this evening, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is Shuttleworth the God, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB, Lauderdale Boss, Soul Wars creator, ringgangradio.com in the building. Building. Little late, you know, just got up from that fresh nap, so
Yes, sir.
Motherfucker stumbling on the words and shit. Like, hold on, like, how you gonna start it off and say it wrong? But yeah, we in here today. Terminators, yes sir.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house, and Terminators is also in the house, man, forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxer in the building. Ring Gang Radio in the house. Let's go. And Terminators, mount up.
Yes, sir.
It was a clear black night.
Yes, sir. Yo, King P, Bodega P in the house, you know what I'm saying? You know, and as always, he's above ground. You know, he's just chilling right now. He wasn't finding no crime or nothing. You know, he was just, you know, taking it easy and whatnot, especially, you know, when Keith Thurman is fighting. So, I mean, that's always a given, man. Crime can always wait for that shit. You know, but as usual, man, you know, we definitely salute you for your service, keeping our city safe from all the miscreants and reprobates out there, and all the motherfuckers with, you know, carrying diseases and shit, and racists too. I'll never forget that. And last and certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, number one contender, preparing for a quick lift off destination, Ring Gang Radio. Let's get it, man. Let's fly.
Yes, sir, man. Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds, you dig, man. And we're definitely going to get his input first because we're about to talk about this Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios fight and the pay-per-view card, man, you know. And there was plenty to talk about. Social media definitely had a lot to talk about. So, Pilot, man, set us off, man. What did you think first about the main event and then your thoughts on the undercard as well?
Well, the main event, let's start with the undercard. Undercard was solid. Neri, I think I chose Castro to win with that fight, but Neri came back with whatever he came back with and showed out. I mean, his power's a little questionable at 122, but he still got the W, and it was definitely a decisive victory. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the guy Castro had a padded 27-0 record because he had nothing for dude.
Not a damn thing.
No damn thing. The Santa Cruz fight was cool until I think the curveball hurt his shoulder, like with the third or fourth round. Somewhere early, he hurt his arm, and it's kind of his typical LSC fight.
Yo, we all predicted that fucking shit too.
Yo, honestly, that was the most entertaining LSC fight in a minute. Like, as soon as it looked like the fight was about to be over, I don't know why I became more interested in the LSC fight. I was like, damn, like the first time an LLC fight I'm really interested in this shit about the end. Like, what the fuck?
But see, a lot of people think LSC. I was reading online. People think he's always exciting. So I don't know. I don't see that, but whatever. So,
I mean, he's the type of exciting you want where nothing's happening.
Yeah, he's like that.
But I don't know, just for this time, for some reason, I thought the guy he was fighting was actually doing a little better than I thought he was.
Yeah, we all expected it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought he was having a decent scrap. But oh yeah, my bad. Oh, did you see the undercard? Because that shit was good too.
I watched some of it. Which fight are you talking about particularly?
The Cowboy Carl, and then the fucking the fight after that.
Yeah, I think Cowboy Carl got screwed because people it's kind of iffy. Because he kind of struggled in the beginning, but he kind of came on real strong in the second half of that fight.
He put hands on dude.
Yeah, he put hands on dude.
Yeah. Omar Juarez, like he's a decent prospect. I mean, when I saw him get upset in the summertime by just and that's like the second biggest upset odds wise. Like,
wait, who did he lose to again?
He lost to, what was his name? He lost to All Rivera. Yeah, there we go. That's the name.
Oh, All Rivera. Yeah.
That one was a major upset. Like I said, that like it was only surpassed though by Vito Milnicki getting upset for the biggest upset gambling wise. But
yeah.
But yeah, no, but LB fight, that Carl Juarez fight was pretty fucking good. Like, I was like, and Carl looked like he was about to go like 3 different times in the fight.
It's crazy how PBC has some of its best fights on the undercard of its pay-per-views. Where normally, if this was a regular PBC Fox card, like it would have been a great card. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why this wasn't just a regular type of doubleheader, but it works. Like, it's almost like they're cheating in a way, like double dipping.
Yeah, they are. Because it was on like 3 different networks, wasn't it? On Fox Sport, like on FS1 first, then it went to Fox.
Because
regular nigga, my pops had hit me up like, "Yo, Jay, hey, you watching this shit? It's Cowboy motherfucker throwing hands." Like, oh, hold on.
It was on different shows first. It was supposed to be on Fox, but there was a basketball game first. They had to let that shit, finish up before they put it back on the regular Fox. That Carl Juarez fight was good, and the Ramos Santa Maria fight.
What y'all think about that? That Ramos fight was fucking good.
See, I like Kroll. I like Santa Maria in that Kroll fight. I thought that was a good fight. So I was kind of like Santa Maria kind of stood out to me. So I was kind of surprised with how it ended, but.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, honestly, the fight was a lot closer. Like, yes, it sucks because Ramos was on the main card. He was supposed to fight Josecito, but then he got kind of demoted, and then he takes an L, which kind of throws him out. Of the equation for like welterweight, top 10 welterweight.
Yeah, because he was in the mix. He was in the mix for a bit. He was kind of coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's been giving us entertaining fights. Like, and I honestly felt like his fight could have been a draw last night.
Yeah, same here. Like Santa Maria, but the 98-92 wins Santa Maria.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was an awful score. Like
Santa Maria came back, and Santa Maria came back hard though.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he honestly, like, that type of fight, I don't feel like nobody should have lost it in a way. Like, it need to be run back.
Even that Carl fight, the Carl Juarez fight, they could run that back too, and I would have been mad. But the one fight you don't need to run back is Thurman Barrios, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, before we get to that though, what'd you think about the other Ramos versus Vladimir Hernandez? Because that shit looked like
that was a good ass fucking fight.
He got a buzzer beater though, that one, because he might have got lucky on the card. I don't know what the cards looked like before the decision, but he might have been losing that fight.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't think he was losing, but it was close. It was pretty close.
It was close. Yeah. He probably would have got the favorable decision, but
he wasn't losing. I mean, he was up by 3 on 2 of the cards, up by 1 on the other. But honestly, I think honestly the 48-47 was probably a lot closer to what I was thinking, because I had him up there, but but Hernandez was really putting some serious hands on dude. Like, he looked like because his corner was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, what is this?
Too much hands on Ramos. Like honestly,
a little too much.
Yeah, this is how J-Rock lost, because J-Rock, wasn't minding his defense and let dude start putting hands on him until then J-Rock got winded and tired and shit, and he just continued to do it.
Dude makes you fight him off you.
Yeah, dude trying to play the spoiler. That's for sure.
But Ramos though, like this is the most good. You're always supposed to punch when your opponent is punching. You never know what's gonna land. And the shit that he threw as Hernandez was throwing the right hand connected, dude was immediately. Like, yeah. So and then like that was a good stoppage because pretty much he let the hands fly. Hernandez was like getting ready to drop. Yeah. Like, and I heard people were like, oh, this should let continue. I'm like, nah, Hernandez. Like, dude sunk into the ref's arms. Like, he was finished for the night. Like,
yeah. Upon the replay, that was a good stoppage. At first, it was kind of, some people thought it was questionable, but when you watch it, he got a lot of punches.
I knew that was a good stoppage off rip, man. Like,
nothing questionable about that. Nothing questionable about that.
Yeah, that was a good stoppage.
Yep, and I'm just taking a look at our comments. Dice, I see you, up there. Shout out to Dice. I didn't see the fight. I saw Thurman dominated Barrios, and we're definitely we're gonna get to that very soon. And then Carl Juarez was fuckery. It was, what I'm saying. It was, because Carl, like I said, dude was getting his ass whooped at some time, but he battled back. Like, dude realized, you know what? Yeah. I need more fight dates. And if I'm getting my ass whooped like all willy nilly, Heyman might not put me on any more cards.
He's like the PBC Cheeseman.
Defense and alls.
Yeah, which ain't a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I'd rather you stack a card with those type of guys where I know I'm gonna fucking sit down, get my beer, my drink, whatever, chill, and I'm gonna see some good ass fucking fades before the main event comes. Like, honestly, this is one of the better pay-per-views that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and you're right there. Yeah, I mean, Ted Cheeseman is the one, like, in the for those who are unaware, he's the one that's usually on Eddie's cards. And you know, if you see one of his fights, you'd be like thinking, like, God damn, like
on the early cards, on the UK, the Euro time card.
Yeah, the Euro. Yeah, he hasn't crossed over to the American Hearn cards yet. And who knows if he may. But if you ever see him on the UK cards, like, dude, every time you see him on there, like, dude will box for a little bit, then he says fuck it, and starts.
By the third round comes, he's giving you an Abe Abuchi Tua fight.
Yeah, it's sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses too. But he be taking some sickening punishment in these fights, So yeah, I mean, and Carl is somewhat similar, although I think Carl's a little bit more defensively responsible. Like, even he won't get hit as much as Cheeseman does.
Yeah.
It was a good card. So
and then salute Henny God too. I see you up on there.
Yeah, salute to
always. Yeah, salute to Henny God.
Henny God. Shout out to Dice, Henny God, everybody in there tuning in. Podomatic.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Pilot, what you felt about the main event?
I felt like I knew that what was going to happen, even though I picked it was going to be a stoppage. I knew that was kind of what was it going to be. Thurman's going to get in there. Well, I don't know what the hell is Thurman doing walking down early the past few, him and Pac-Man, the last couple of fights where he just walks, because that's not really his thing. I feel like, but he just walks down his opponent a little bit, gets some shots in, and then coasts for the rest of the fight. He hurt Barrios pretty bad. If you see after the fight with the nose and everything, but I wouldn't say I was disappointed with the Thurman performance, because he did a good job. But you got. If you name one time, you should be able to get the guy out of there. To be honest.
That might be fighting words for Terminator.
I'm a Terminator. I love. I just think.
Hold on. That's not fighting words. Like
I have to realize, that he's not the same dude that took Danny Garcia 0 and fought Porter to a great ass fight. He's not. Maybe he's not the same dude. Maybe he needs another get back, but he's definitely not. His hand speed's a little slower. He still boxes well. His IQ, I think his IQ might be a saving grace though, because he to me he seems like he's a pretty smart boxer. His movement
too. His movement as well.
His movement. Yeah, his hand speed was a little, but he rocked Barrios a lot, so it was a good performance.
Wait, what? He still had fast hands. He didn't have slow hands. I don't know.
Not slow. That. No, not slow, but just not as fast as I've seen before. That's all. To me, but.
I don't know. Like, I honestly, I thought he looked like this is the best he's looked in years. Like, my opinion is just, I felt like he could have got the stoppage, but he just didn't fucking push it. He didn't press it, and the stoppage was there for him like throughout the fight.
Sure as hell was.
He could have got it.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, exactly.
He was like a punch or two away from a knockout, like 3-4 times.
Yeah, the thing is, Barrios didn't have anything to really press him back, so I thought it was like. It was still a good performance. He looked better.
Target.
If it was 8-ounce gloves instead of 10-ounce gloves, well,
Yeah.
Nah, he would have knocked him out in 10-ounce gloves. Motherfucker didn't press it. I'm not gonna give him that excuse. Just like motherfuckers with the whole, well, if it was 3 minutes and not 2 minutes, look, motherfucker, how many Braun Serrano be dirt napping in 2 minutes? Like, I'm not giving niggas excuses. I'm a Terminator fan all day, but that motherfucker could have pressed. Like, he was always like a punch or two away from a stoppage. Like,
it's what it seemed like. Yeah, that was one of those fights where it's like, just get him out. Because there was one point, I think it was the first time you heard him. Like, forgot what round it was. It was the first time you heard him though, and then Barrios was out. Barrios was hurt for like after that 40-50 seconds left, but he just took the foot off the gas. I don't know what. Maybe he got tired. Yeah.
You think this guy would have then went 12 with Trinidad?
Hell no.
Hell, even Crawford would have got him out of there.
Spence, most of the time. Well, not an Ugas type, but yeah, definitely a Spencer Crawford.
Ugas is going the distance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ugas going the distance. Yeah, But most top welters, most of those, and I hope y'all get into it. Those welter lists that Sean, because fucking one of the Ramos kids were on there. He's fights at 154 for Sean Porter's list. I thought the little welterweight list with him and Joe Goosen.
Yeah, no, I saw though, and putting Danny Garcia on there. I'm like, Danny Garcia is not welterweight no more, man. Like, y'all need to get it together.
Like, well, why he's even there?
Was he even there? Exactly. He's even there. All right. Well,
that was his last fight. They don't know what he's gonna do now.
Yeah.
But and then I'm just reading Henny God's comments. Thurman had his chance to get Cuz out of there, but he ain't pull the trigger. I wouldn't say he didn't pull the trigger per se.
Nah, he's right. Just say what it is, man. Like, he's absolutely right. Them lefts were stinging Barrios, and it's like Keith Thurman is not even a left hook guy.
He hurt his left.
That's one thing. Yeah, Keith said he hurt his hand again. I'm like, oh boy, here we go again.
So he's gonna be out until damn November.
And that's the same left he had the surgery on. Like,
and it actually reminds me of the tweet that I posted in our chat. Someone put here vintage Thurman last night. Starts off hot, presses for a KO, doesn't find it, cools off, flounders from a body shot, which he did, and wins on points. He is what he is at this point. That was one tweet I posted. I was like, that does probably summarize the whole fight.
Y'all wanted that knockout so bad. It took a real Florida Thurman fan to show y'all that Thurman's going to sit. He's going 12. He's not gonna press for the KO like that. He could have, but he's not. Like, the only way Thurman's gonna get a KO now if he one punch clip somebody.
Or if he's in a position where he's down on the cards and needs it, then he'll go for it.
Yeah, Chavez fight.
See, it's one thing with Keith about how he fights. So the criticism. I know there's the positives at least. He did his movement did look a lot sharper. He weighed in at 145 and a half pounds. Like, geez. He clearly was trained.
He looked ripped. Like, body wise, that was the best I think I've seen him look. Pause. I'm just saying. Like,
Duke clearly
out there like,
Duke clearly was on. He was on point with how he was training and whatnot. Because
he looked better than he did in the Josecito Lopez and the Pacquiao fights to me.
Yeah, and Duke too. Like, he even looked like. Obviously, that's just Ripway, but when he got in there, he looked like he had no bit of fat on him. Like, in fact, motherfuckers was like about, did he get tested by VADA? Niggas was violent. From what I was reading. But
he looked like he a problem to me right now. Like, he looked like Thurman looked like he'd be a problem. Like, you don't have to have him the favorite for anybody, but he's gonna give everybody a hard fight. Like, niggas just say, the body shots. If it was that easy, he'd have been dropped and hurt and stopped by a body shot by somebody by now.
Yeah, I know, but I know pretty much. I think most of the criticisms from Thurman in this fight was just Barrios. Now, obviously, I mentioned my criticisms of Barrios too. Like, pretty much, this was a fight where people were like, "Well, if Tank can put away Barrios, Thurman should be able to do it." Because pound for pound,
different types of fighter mentality, different types of fighters. Like,
and then also too,
Tank struggle with Barrios. Like, Thurman never really struggled with.
Tank looks for the KO. Like, he's not gonna outbox you. He's gonna look for the KO. Really, he's gonna pick his spots. Yeah, Thurman went and boxed him. Like, didn't lose a round really.
He power boxed him basically. Yeah, like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
like, honestly, the way Thurman fights, you could see how him sparring a young Thurman sparring a Winky Wright in his prime helped him for the Mosley fights. Like, you can just see it, like the movement, the pivot hooks and right hands.
Yeah, definitely. And truthfully for Barrios too, like, Barrios probably is not ready. Maybe it might be too big of a jump to go jumping from a Tank to a Thurman, especially in a different division. But if I'm Barrios right now, I'm like, yeah, I'm either thinking about a 140 return, or you drop your comp, considerably, and start off a little lighter, because he took two big ass whoopings back to back. And like the Thurman one he wasn't like he had I mean outside of a couple body shots, he didn't really have anything for Thurman. He got his nose flattened further. Like I mean, dude, like I mean, every time you see a flattened nose and shit, like you're like thinking like, God damn, like he was just sitting there absorbing all types of shit. And so people were like, oh yeah, with that, you're thinking that Barrios should have been stopped or KO'd. So that's where a lot of that criticism that I've been reading this morning and this afternoon is coming from, But I mean, like I said, I mean, at least he attempted to at least put a beating on him. Honestly, that's all you could ask for,
Yeah, because you could make a case that the corner could have stopped it because it's not like Barrios ever got into the fight.
No, not
I don't
at
think
all.
it was for the ref to stop it, but the corner could have stopped it.
Right. Except his corner was more concerned with combing this nigga's hair in the corner during the breath.
Yeah, I don't know what all that was about.
Yeah, it's like, it's a fight. The fuck is you doing? Like, leave that nigga's hair alone. You need to give him some strategy. Damn the hair. You know what I'm saying?
It just seemed like he didn't have anything. Like, it's like I don't know what the game plan was for Barrios, but it didn't seem like he was really trying anything. It just needed more effort. Like
I think he was trying to beg on the fact that maybe Thurman might be a little bit more physically diminished, and that that he was bigger than Thurman. Like I mean,
he didn't fight like it though. Like if you could count on something happening, but sooner or later you're gonna have to make a move on that. It's just like those guys who be like, well, I think the guy is gonna I'll come on late during the fight because I don't think he'll have any energy left for me late. But then when you say that, you really gotta come on late. Like when you say certain shit, you really gotta make the effort. And Barrios really didn't.
No, he didn't, and he just took a big ass whooping just for nothing. Like,
and I think it hurts his brand a lot because. First of all, people there was a like let's be honest. There's a lot of niggas who don't like Keith Thurman. Let's just be 100 right here.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So going into this fight, a lot of people didn't like this fight, especially since it was on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And another thing is, a lot of people wanted Thurman to get low key knocked out. A lot of people were up on this, like, man, don't sleep on Barrios. Barrios is good. Barrios, you couldn't sleep on Barrios, but a lot of people had wishful thinking for Thurman. Like, there's a lot of people who thought Thurman was going to get his ass whooped. Stop it. And these are people who know better. This is boxing media people. This is fucking professional boxers. This is amateur boxers. A lot of motherfuckers thought Thurman would get destroyed. I don't know why. Like, I don't know who Barrios destroyed that made motherfuckers think that this was going to happen.
Well, like I said, this is the reason why sometimes Barrios should have never been, put to that position he was. Like it's like I said, that's the Tank fight because he put hands on Tank for a little bit before Tank put him away and all this other shit. Or you calling him?
He didn't even put hands on Tank a little bit. He put a lot of hands on Tank. Like
no, I'm just saying it for emphasis, bro. I know how it went, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, trying to make the point, But I'm just saying because it's like pretty much Barrios was built in such a way, he's a quote unquote former champion, which he's not, which is another thing I know. I mean, then it's like okay, he can, if he can give someone a prime Tank, some trouble like he did, that he could probably do something to a Thurman that's not in his actual prime anymore. And so I think the thing in that mentality carried, and then obviously you saw the pictures, the optics. You're like, God damn, Barrios is it looks like he's bigger than Thurman.
And then Thurman didn't really look good in a lot of his training videos too. And a lot of promotion used a lot of Thurman footage when he had long hair.
Right.
So, that was kind of misleading. But still, like, God damn, like, y'all really had the fucking, like, you had more people thinking Thurman was going to lose than you had Mikey Garcia was going to lose.
Yeah, and and that's crazy, like
crazy, like that's how crazy this is. Like, what had Barrios done to make you think he was gonna stop Thurman?
I mean, even myself, when I mentioned on the preview, I was like, if Keith had actually got hurt, any got bothered by Barrios in any type of way that had him on Queer Street, it would have been a wrap. Because it was that incredulous to me. But it just gets because, like I said, I mean, I didn't like the fight.
Yeah, but you didn't go all the way to picking against him though. Like,
yeah, no, I couldn't because it was just Barrios is like I said, because I mean, I have my my opinions on Barrios that go. Yeah,
I mean, Barrios. This was never a bad fight. It was never a pay-per-view, and the thing is, it's a bad fight in a sense for Barrios because if Barrios didn't put on a great performance or a good performance, his career is kind of shit now because now he has 2 back-to-back losses against big names. He could have spun the Tank loss better. You can't really spin the Thurman loss.
Yeah, no, he's a meme now. Like niggas is like because pretty much every fighter now that's got a flattened nose. This niggas now it's a comparison now. Like he's memed up now. He wasn't memed up for Tank. He's getting memed up seriously now.
and really because he didn't do anything memorable in the fight.
Exactly. You know, so it's. Yeah, so yeah. I mean,
honestly, there's nothing memorable you could recall he did. Like he showed up, yeah. I think maybe he had a body shot in the 8th round, but
right. But most of the time, I think probably the most memorable thing from him is the fact there was like a punch that Keith landed that looked like that a whole bunch of spit or sweat or blood came out of his mouth, something of that nature. I was like, God damn.
Thurman was hitting his ass with some bangers. God damn, he was hitting him with some shit. Yeah. Thurman should have really fucking damn, digged in and got the stoppage. I think that would have been real great for his career. Like, if fucking Pacquiao could stop fucking Matisse in this era, like, like Thurman should have got this stoppage.
Yeah, and it's the thing too. I mean, and like I said, Thurman. Like I said, he hasn't stopped anyone in about 7 years, give or take. So it's like, people want to, and he clearly has enough power to fuck people up. It's just more or less trying to get him.
I could forgive all the other fights not being stoppage, but this was one he really should have got the stoppage on this one. Right,
and get him out of there. But
don't get me wrong, folks. He still would beat the shit out of Tank. Shout out to Leonard Ellerby because he I know he was pump faking about this fight before, but so are we gonna get Tank Thurman next?
Honestly, if they make that, then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is Floyd doing? What the hell is Ellerby doing? Like that's. But then, like I said, though,
y'all would make that fight in a heartbeat. Y'all ain't making that fucking fight for shit.
Yeah, like Tank. Like I said, Tank is a good fighter, but there's a lot of things. Tank can punch above his weight, but his body is not going to take all these shots from niggas that are above his weight like that. He's not going to do that. Tank has a physical limit.
He lucky Barrios was more of a swarmer. Like we don't even know how much he could have took.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, LB like
you can't walk through those damn Barrios shots like that.
Yeah, and never mind Thurman. Like, there's a whole bunch of there's other welters or even 140 pounders that Tank won't beat. So yeah, they might need to really focus on Tank. Try to build him up at 135 at least, and let him actually try to grow as a fighter there, and then start to have him jump around these divisions, especially facing Keith. But Keith will light his ass up with a shot, repeatedly.
I know you got the poll you can look at with the results.
Yeah, so yeah, Pete, yeah. Why don't you bring in the poll results for us? Let's see, and let us know.
For the one today, okay, Mr. All right, you know what I'm saying? Ring Gang got the best polls. Just throwing that out there. So fuck with us. This new poll, fresh out the oven. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. So vote. Put in your votes now because you still got more time. But it's who would you rather see Keith Thurman fight next? Would you rather see Terrence Crawford? Would you rather see him fight Adrian Broner? Would you rather see him fight the winner of Spence Ugas or Tank Davis? And so far, it's 27 votes so far. Keep voting. And so far, the lead goes to Terrence Crawford at 41%. So, He's everybody. Spence Ugas winner is 22%, and then Broner and Tank are both 19%.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at the tie. I mean, obviously, because Crawford is a big dog, and Crawford Thurman's obviously it has always been bandied around too, as a fight that should have happened, for a while, even during Keith
Thurman to be Crawford's best opponent.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It won't be that for Thurman though, but for Crawford, yes.
I don't know about all that, but
because Crawford's a better opponent than Pacquiao.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, I'm thinking the, I was thinking PBC contention shit, nigga. No, I was thinking, I always forgot that Pacquiao did take this nigga's zero.
See, y'all niggas get so used to shit though, Keith Thurman, that y'all motherfuckers just be like ready, like hold on, like.
Yeah, nigga, I forgot that. I briefly forgot that Pacquiao did beat Thurman. I thought you talking about the rest of the other contingent. Then you already know what time it was gonna be from
But it's the funny thing is I think I saw something say that Keith said that Crawford probably won't be next for him. He'd rather fight the winner of Spence and Ugas, but that makes sense because that's for 3 belts. So, but we'll see.
WBC shit too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I feel like Crawford should be fighting damn Boots or somebody right now, yo. Like he need to be fighting Boots or like Ortiz.
I mean, Crawford. Right now Crawford has his own situations going on right now, and but like I said, but a barrier has definitely been removed.
He got lawyers for that other situation.
So pretty much we're just waiting to see what's gonna come of it, because I actually don't even know who his new Mando is now. Who's actually number 1 in the WBO rankings?
So who's y'all vote for?
Me, I voted for Crawford.
Oh damn, I voted Tank. I need to see Thurman knock out somebody.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, you should have picked Broner. Broner, he probably would beat the fuck out of Broner at this point.
Man, Broner survived a lot better than y'all give him credit for.
That's the problem. I want someone to try.
Thurman ain't gonna knock out Broner. He's not gonna knock out Broner.
I don't have interest in that fight.
And I just don't have interest in it either. Like, it's gonna take like a damn Angry Fist or Matias type of person to knock out Broner, and then I don't have interest in that either.
I do, because I want to see Broner. All those years I had to tell people this shit that Broner's doing is not cool. Like, he's undisciplined and shit like that. And niggas
but it's like, how many times did people need to see Broner get his ass whooped before? I mean that's just some sadistic shit at a point now. Like,
yeah, but this nigga's out because he's not winning these fights. He's getting gifts in damn near every fight in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Or so.
How many gifts this nigga got? He's been losing.
He's been getting his ass.
The Santiago fight was a gift, but that was a close enough fight. That could have been a PBC draw. Vargas was a PBC draw. Like, what other gift this nigga got?
Man, all I know is he hasn't won a fight since a clear fight since what? When he won that 140 belt, or when he knocked out fucking Theophane or some shit like that. Like, this nigga, nah, it's time for you, all this undisciplined shit. Nah, I need that L. I need a serious L.
That's the thing. It's like, if he gets brutally stopped right now, we still gonna say the undisciplined shit was going on anyway.
Yeah, but now
that's why no one needs to see it.
It's time. Like I said, when people act how we act, it's time to take him out of the game now. It's Broner. It's like Broner had his run.
But this is the thing. For the most part, he been on the game. Like, his name don't get mentioned for no bouts like that unless somebody's clout chasing.
Ben.
You see what I mean? Like, and honestly, Conor Ben should be fighting like a Maurice Hooker type of guy. Like, why would we even go against Broner? Like,
yeah, because Broner, for better for worse. Although I think his draw's taken. I think it's finally taking a serious hit. He's still a name, so pretty much his name attached to Broner's name for a fight. The name,
like the Santiago fight should have showed y'all that Broner name ain't hitting no more like that.
Yeah,
That is
especially
true.
like, it didn't pop no rating. Like
That's what I'm saying. So it's like calling him out is like bullying at this point. Like you're picking on him. It's no better than when Shields wanted to fight with fucking Breakers.
yeah, it's, you know, it's it's a different thing out there, man. But like I said, Broner does keep his name out there, but in terms of the fact
he got
that
I think his OG IG account back. So you know, he a name, but like,
because he's crossed over, so it's pretty much like he'll get a little attention, but yeah, his draw's not what it used to be. But the fact is,
it was either that or Porter rematch.
but people
that's the thing. Thurman ain't gonna fight no Boots. He ain't gonna fight no Ortiz. He's not gonna fight no Blair Cobb.
Nah, this nigga Thurman acting like Boots doesn't exist. I mean, I already know he doesn't want to fight.
No, he mentioned Boots. He said that he's at a different level right now. Or that he's just like he's looking for the champions. But if there was ever a case of, because you know it still burns him that that Floyd never fought him. So he's like, if I'm in a position where if I'm in a position where I'm a champion and Boots is a challenger, I'm not gonna do him like that. So I'm gonna give the boy his shot. So it's a timeline thing. Like,
and that's the thing. It's like Thurman competition been better than everyone else. So it's like, who's to say it wouldn't happen if that situation occurred?
Let's just be honest. People want Thurman to fight Boots for the wrong reasons. Because if you think it's one thing, oh yeah, it's a great fight. Yeah, that'd be a great fight. But you're not doing it because like that they're making that, they want that in bad faith. They want it because they feel like Boots will run through Thurman and then basically have Thurman demoted to the cards for good. We don't have to see him again against the top guys.
Yeah,
I see there
for everyone else. Like Boots could fight. Like it's like, where's this fire for Boots and Crawford? Like y'all want Boots to fight a Thurman that was inactive for like 3 years, who literally just came back. Like,
want him to sacrifice himself for Boots' development.
And honestly, that doesn't really say too much about Boots, because Boots would be the favorite, and
yeah, he would.
It's like, yeah, like it'll be a fight for Boots where you're like, okay, can he fight somebody who's, you know, athletic and who got power?
But basically, with Boots, I think for Boots, I mean, because as a lot of people can see, because Boots does pass the eye test for a lot of people. Like, he passes my eye test. I mean,
he does, but it'll have an asterisk by the fight, like Brooke Spence does.
Mm-hmm.
He won't get the full respect for the opponent, like say Spence did for Porter later on.
Yeah, but I think
Porter was like the first real prime welterweight that didn't fit any special condition for Spence, meaning, you know, no middleweight beat up his eye or broke his orbital. He's not moving up in weight like Mikey Garcia. He's not past it like Peterson. He's not a never was like Ocampo.
And that's why
he's there. He's right there, perfect for him.
And that's why I used to campaign. Like, that's why I always wanted to see a Boots and Ortiz fight. I was like, yo, you got two of the top welterweight prospects under, or now contenders. Like, let them fight and see who you know, who's best. Like, you know, but you know, they're like, oh no, they need the belt.
Luki was on that same shit, but for those type of fighters, like, you just honestly, you want those guys to fight for a belt when they fight, man. Like, you're talking about two transcendent, like, they could be the pound for pound guys for the next generation. So I get it, but I'm now feeling more like y'all because the sport moves so slow, and honestly don't think that these young guys are even gonna fight each other like that.
Yeah,
and our old guys are gonna fight them, so you may as well have them fight each other now.
I mean, that's why, because I'm like, yo, it's like process of elimination. Like, if you're really next, then you gotta get rid of your competition. Like, that's how I feel, especially in this situation.
Because look how bad it is. Like, it could happen at welterweight, and we'd be happy because we're getting good fights. We're begging for it to happen at middleweight, and these guys are legit contenders, like, for belts.
Right. And also just to bring it back to welterweight for a little bit too, like with also Thurman, because the reason why obviously people want Thurman is, let's be honest, Thurman gets injured a lot. He has his incidents, so we don't want Thurman hasn't fought like twice in a year in a while, so it's like you want him to at least, so you want him to actually fight more. You don't want to hear like last night unfortunately the dude talked about his hand being bruised or whatever and shit like that, and that's the shit you don't want to hear, especially for Thurman fans. Like you want him back in the ring probably in the next 5 months or so, 6 even, but the latest. You want him back. You don't want him to wait a year for him to see.
When he got a whole year, he could fight again in September, and I'd still be happy that he's fighting twice this year. Like, but there's some names out there for him. Realistically, I don't know. Maybe Spence Ugas is like the best fight realistically for him.
I mean, from what I've read too, because I was reading Keith Thurman's tweets, and he had, I guess he was talking to Thurman to give him an answer, but I think that's where Thurman is definitely putting his energy towards. He's sitting and waiting for that. Crawford may not be. Crawford, he says, is not next. If that's for sure, but he's not. He didn't say he's not going to fight him. He's just not next. So, but in the meantime, I just think Thurman just needs to be a little bit. I mean, I don't know if Thurman wants to wait a long period of time, especially if Spence Ugas is probably. It's not even set in stone yet. I don't think it's not even. They haven't announced.
They're saying announcements coming soon. It's going to be in April. They're trying to find out the location. I think they're saying it's probably going to be in Texas, but we'll see.
Oh wow! I mean, April's not too bad because that makes it seem like it could be like he could fight the winner in the end of summer.
And then we got hope
August, September type shit.
And then you gotta hope that the fight isn't like attrition, like or someone or Spence picks up another unexpected injury.
But at least April is enough time where you could get him another opponent at 147.
Right.
But it would have to be an opponent that's like a decent, like it has to be a step up of Barrios.
Oh, that's for damn sure. That's for damn.
So as long as we agree on that, then I think we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we got to see my boy Thurman come back. One time, a fucking unanimous decision, gang. Cause we ain't saying one time no more. We getting decisions, so I told y'all.
I mean, the only thing I gotta say about Thurman right now that needs to be said is, bruh, shave it off, bruh. Like, your hair is done, man. Your hair is through. I mean, if you're not gonna get that minoxidil in your life, shave your shit, bruh. 5 heads ain't the way, bruh.
I think that's just the way his head is shaped, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, his hairline's been pushed back. Usually, a hairline can cover a 5 head, but when it's that pronounced like it is now with him, it's time to shave it off, bro. Like,
yeah, he's got that Rihanna head.
I mean, dude,
honestly, I think he'd look worse as a straight up bald head. Like, it would look weird.
I mean, right now, dudes, it's either that or look like Jorge Luis Gonzalez, bro. So it's like,
I don't know. I mean. I think he'll look weird if he does a complete chop off.
I mean, but
he look kind of weird now, like.
Yeah, because it doesn't look. Yeah, because he just looked at it, but yeah, like I mean, it's over. His hairline's over for him, unless he wants to do something like. That's all I gotta say about him. About that is like, yeah, because he was looking like. Sometimes I look at him and I'm just like wanted to laugh because I was like, damn, this nigga's hairline is through, but he's holding on. He's trying to. Damn. No, but it was a decent night of boxing. Like I said, with the exception of the LFC fight, the LFC fight was a drink break for me. I went.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that, but it was a better fight for LSC standards. Like.
Yeah, I mean, for LSC standards, but it's just like that could have been on
an LSC fight,
Yeah, I would have rather seen Abel Ramos take that spot, and then LSC could have been on the Frazier, but that's just probably wishful thinking.
And honestly, LSC should have been its own Fox card, like on PBC Fox.
Yeah, no, but they gotta get LLC's pay per view because LLC is one of Al Heyman's favorite fighters, and LLC loves.
But they did numbers on Fox too. Like these niggas they want everything, man. They want the numbers, then they want the names, they don't want the fights.
Yeah, they do, but yeah, it was an entertaining night of boxing for that card.
A good match card. Like I didn't get bored at no point did I get bored.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, although like I said, the LC fight I didn't care for.
Yeah, that was the lowest the fight. That was the lowest the card got, but it never got to the point where like Rigondeaux, Casemiro type shit.
Yeah, God forbid. Jeez. But
that's why I don't complain too hard because situations where that's all you had that night.
Yeah, facts. And then
I'm home working a 12-hour shift, and you got some toaster leave-ins. Fucking drinking man soul.
For real, But PPC wasn't the only card that was that had some boxing tonight. Matchroom had